All right, everyone. I'm here with our tiebreaker, Laurie Sickles. Hey, Laurie.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Thank you for being on. I mean, you've been in real estate for a few years now, but I also chose you for this question because you were, is it technically a videographer? What's the title?
Yeah, videographer, photojournalist. Because I did do interviews and stuff, so either one doesn't
That's
matter.
cool. So you understand the value of pictures and things like that. So,
Absolutely. Yes.
what would you do if let's say I'm going to ask you, I might ask you in two different ways, but let's say, what if you do if another agent uses the professional pictures that you paid for?
That's a really, really tough question because, supposedly you can report them anonymously.
Uh-huh.
And they said that this year for sure. And, I don't really
For sure
believe,
it's anonymous.
yeah, for sure it's anonymous. I don't
Oh,
believe that.
right.
Yeah, I don't
No.
believe that for a second. And anyway, I mean, they know who had the pictures taken. But the
I
other thing
know.
is,
No
yeah,
other
exactly.
agent's gonna like report it and be like, that agent used the other agent's pictures.
Yeah, it would be frustrating, but we have to work with these agents, and you don't want to have a bad relationship. So I probably would not if it was a really big house that I spent a lot of money on. I'd be really mad, but I don't think I would report it.
Would you call him?
I might, yeah, I might, like I said, if it's a expensive enough house and spend all that money, you're doing the aerials and
Yeah.
there's so many rooms, I might call them and say, I don't appreciate it, but if they refuse to take them down, I wouldn't do anything. What are you going to do?
I
What are you
know,
going to
right?
do?
I don't know.
Report
Yeah.
them. The only other option is to report them.
Now, what if would it change if, let's say, and this wouldn't happen in this market, but let's just say like a seller
Mhm.
canceled the contract because they wanted to
Yeah.
go like for sale by owner and then they used your pictures. Would that change anything for you?
Well, once again, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to ruin your reputation. I mean, that
I
person still
know,
has
but it's like,
person still has
ugh.
a big house. So, they can say, yeah, I tried to use her, but then, she wouldn't let me use her pic. Yeah, you just don't want to, word spreads. You want to keep your reputation
Yeah.
good. I will say there was a guy, it was a FISBO that I had called, and he couldn't get hold of the pictures, but for some reason the video came up. So he was using the video the other guy paid for. And he just flat out said, yeah, thank goodness that came up. And I'm thinking,
Uh,
you
oh.
insensitive jerk.
Right. Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
it was like an $800,000 house.
Dang. I guess like have you ever um you know how sometimes you can tell up front that people are a little squirrely, right?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever charged them for pictures because you thought maybe if things didn't go up after like the first couple of weeks or whatever, you would have gotten fired, and then say, "Hey, look, when we sell, I'll reimburse you."
No, I've
No,
never asked somebody to
I
pay
did
for.
that one time because I was
Did
like,
you
"This,
really? Did you?
yeah,
What did they say?
they paid."
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, it never hurts to ask, but
I
I
mean,
guess
I just felt like they were squirrely. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I'm like,
yeah,
this is just not. And I don't want
yeah,
to, I'm like you, like, I don't want to be paying for stuff, but I also, wanted the listing and all this stuff. And I was like, and so,
exactly. It's like,
yeah, I like to ask myself, okay, what is my hang up here? And if the hang up's
yeah.
just the pictures, then like, I'll ask him. And he paid.
Well, what about this? Don't you have them by then? Wouldn't you have had them sign an exclusive sellers
Yeah.
agreement?
Yeah. But I mean, I guess
I
that's worth the paper that it's printed on, which is
that's
nothing.
true.
You'd have to
That's
sue
true.
them, you know?
Yeah, which isn't worth it.
No. But I thank you for being our tiebreaker today. Now you are in Sunbury, Ohio, and
Correct.
I mean, I'm in Ohio and I have no idea where that is.
It's like 30 miles north of Columbus, and it's because I live on a farm. But I have to tell you, it's it's moving this way. They have at the end of my road, they have now built a subdivision, which is
Oh
about three and a
no.
half miles from me.
Oh
When
no.
we came up here, like we had to drive like almost 20 miles to go to the grocery store.
No, that sounds terrible. I just walked 7 blocks and I'm at the grocery.
Well, we love it. We love being, you've got the trees in the summer, nobody can see us, or 11 acres in our pond, and the dogs love it. So
Nice. So
we,
like people would send referrals from like Columbus to see if it's like in your area.
yeah.
Okay.
And my office is actually in Westerville, which is, it's one of the suburbs right there close to Columbus. So
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, and I'm right by the freeway too, so it's super easy. It's you get on 71 and I'm, drive south of it.
Nice.
So it's an easy drive. And when I worked in television, my goodness, we drove everywhere.
Oh yeah, you did drive everywhere.
Yeah, we drove, every part of town,
Now
which
you
was
can drive your combine or your horse.
yeah, there you go. Can I just ride to that appointment?
Exactly. But if they do have a referral for you, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
My just directly on my phone number, which is 614-893-0929. And if you look me up anywhere, I post my Facebook, anywhere I post my phone number. My email is just my name, lauriesickles@kw.com. So
Perfect.
I would love referrals. Give me the
Please send them.
referrals.
And if
Yeah.
people are watching this on YouTube, we'll put your contact information in there as well.
Okay,
But
great.
awesome. Well, thank you for being on, Laurie. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.